Trying to get on 95.
We're pulling them out now.
A few months back, we visited the Edgewater Police Department, a small department along the east coast of Central Florida. We went there in reference to our old friend, feelings enforcer, and serial rights violator, Kyle Walker. Kyle had abruptly quit his previous agency and was hired here. Side note, sources say Kyle is also already gone from this department. But minus Kyle, the Edgewater Police Department made news recently. On Christmas Eve, no less. Police received a call from a business owner, Hibiscus Auto Sales and Service, at around 10 p.m. on December 23rd. The caller claimed that an unknown male, later identified as Kevin Campana, burgled the business while barefoot. The caller said that he entered the business, found a lockbox, opened it, and inside he found the keys to a customer's Nissan Versa, which he then also allegedly took. Later, in the wee hours of Christmas Eve, police spotted the vehicle allegedly being driven by Campana, and a pursuit was initiated. Now, the alleged suspect has a long history and definitely doesn't seem like the type of guy you want around your possessions, and I definitely do not condone his alleged actions, but I want to highlight the story as it relates to a story I'll be bringing you soon, highlighting instances where the public is being harmed by these dangerous pursuits that many say never should have happened in the first place. In Florida, most agencies require that certain elements be met before a pursuit can be authorized because they're very dangerous. Typically, it has to be a forcible felony. A burglary or just a stolen vehicle wouldn't cut it, unless that burglary was like a home invasion or something violent. So I do question how a pursuit was authorized and initiated in this case. So we're going to take a look at their video as it was released by the department. Then I'll share my thoughts and observations, aside from my feeling that the pursuit itself may be questionable. And it seems like officers wanted to use a pit maneuver right away. This is a small agency. I don't think they get that chance often. So they were kind of excited, I think. But pay close attention to how the chase ends and then what happens just after it ends. Let's have a look, then we'll talk about it.
Officer Sweeney with the Edgewater Police Department. Are you guys at that location?
I'm at the shop, yeah, but my camera went off. I seen that suspicious guy, and I run all the way up there, and he's gone. But he took the car. He grabbed a customer's car.
All right, you're at 115 North Flagler?
Yes, sir.
Who do I got behind me? Yeah, but if I can, I'm gonna go for a pit. One around the sticks. Trying to get on 95. We're still gonna be westbound. It looks like he's trying to get on 95, but missed it. It's gonna be another left turn down Jack Road after going north on Oak Hill Ranch Road, I believe. It's just all dirt and mud. Copy, he's just tearing off pieces of the car. Be careful, take your time. You're gonna rip something up. Just keep going down Jack Road. It just dead ends into a farm. Yes, Jack Road. We're either coming back out at you, or we're going down the other side road. It's just a broken fence. It looks like a side trail. Yep. Right there. That's him.
We got a hit. 3 random. Start rescue. Don't move!
Don't fucking move! You're gonna get bit by a dog!
Hey, can we see if we can? So Boy, get front! A gun on him! Start rescue.
Here, I don't want to move my hands the wrong way. Here.
Rip, you grab his other hand, I'm gonna grab this hand.
I don't want you to think I'm moving crazy here. I'm gonna grab the door handle.
Back. 1, 2, 3, up! Up! We're pulling him out now. He's alert.
Maybe my fucking bag, bro. Oh, my fucking bag, bro.
Keep coming. Put some fucking. Keep coming. Keep coming.
So they got the guy in custody, but destroyed the poor victim's car, along with the police car. So Merry effing Christmas to that vehicle owner and the taxpayers that are going to flip the bill for this thing. And how will insurance work for an intentional crash, I wonder? Anyway, we're going to run through it real quick. Some of you already know what I'm going to say, because those who know, you know. You already know what the issues are here. Like we said, this was a burglary call and the theft of a vehicle. So my first pondering is what I already mentioned. Why is this a vehicle pursuit? Now this is where some support the police no matter what types, illogical types, will say, stop whining. That's a bad guy. The police need to catch him. And that's a flawed way of thinking. These pursuits are highly dangerous, which is why they're not often authorized. Now, there was no other known element to this, no claim that the guy is armed, and I'm not downplaying what he allegedly did, but he did not seem to pose a threat to the life or well-being of the public, at least not until the police got behind him. So now instead of one reckless vehicle, reckless because the police are there, now you got a whole fleet of reckless vehicles racing through town and spilling into another town, where this eventually ended. Now we end up on dirt roads here, and I mean like backwoods type, very narrow dirt roads. Like one lane, but you can't really even call it a lane. And the way the area is described is that along these little dirt paths, there are mobile homes scattered about where people live. Now, as you saw, and you'll see again in a moment, where the video was slowed by the agency, right when the camera changes to the second officer, the alleged stolen vehicle was coming up behind that officer and attempted to pass him on the right side to get away. As we'll see again here in just a second, the driver of that police car, that officer, steers his vehicle hard right to intentionally crash into that vehicle. He even says on the radio after, we rammed him. And I bet, because I've seen it many times, if it wasn't for him saying that on the radio, the guy also would have got a charge for aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, and they would have claimed that the bad guy rammed the police car. Keep in mind, at this point, they don't know who is in that car. They don't know who the suspect is. Thank God there were not, but they don't know if there are children in that vehicle. These are all things that they are supposed to think about and are warned and trained against tunnel vision. Now we flip to the second officer. He's steering hard right, and we'll see the crash here. As the vehicle tried to come around this police car, the right side of the police vehicle intentionally struck the left side of the suspect vehicle, causing it to roll on its side. Most agencies have very strict policies against ramming vehicles unless the situation is life or death, and many policies are in place to keep Dukes of Hazzard style scenarios from unfolding in the public. And here's something else police are supposed to do. Regardless of the situation or how mad they might be at somebody, personal feelings have to be set aside, and they have to render aid after something has happened. Here we have a pretty violent crash where head and spinal injuries are very possible, if not likely. And even though this might be a bad person, it's still a person. Unless he victimized children, then that's out the window. And an extraction like this could very easily turn a serious injury into a catastrophic, life-changing injury. Aside from potential injury being very obvious, the suspect is repeatedly making it very clear that he's got a back injury. This is where people become very divided. You've got people that say, we can't have lawlessness. Police have to stop these people by any means necessary. But what we cannot have are police causing a greater risk and a greater threat to the general public than the people they're trying to stop. In this scenario, they recovered a stolen car that's now totaled. And thankfully, nobody innocent was hurt. But I don't understand the reason they chased this vehicle, and the potential of what could have happened, and the risk that was taken doesn't seem to match the alleged crime. Make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on, because I'll soon be putting out a story on some senseless pursuits in recent history that have ended much more tragically, just like this one very well could have. And these incidents define the reasons that so many agencies have these policies against pursuits, except for very, very specific instances where that person must be stopped immediately or as quickly as possible for the safety and well-being of the public. In cases like this, it's my opinion, all the police are doing are further endangering the public.